Hello, welcome back to another episode of Intrusive Talks. We got a new studio because the last one was not given to us anymore. But we are here with a special guest. It's Sean Collier. Hello.
Hello,
Sean.
mate. Pleasure to have you on.
Pleasure to have you on an exclusive new podcast. The last one was given to us by Vince, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not really.
Well,
we were just sneaking into a university to.
Yeah, and now
Find
you're
space.
now you're in Kangaroa.
Yeah, now in Kangaroa is a big
Moving
step.
up in the world.
Moving up or moving down.
Maybe one day you'll be able to afford a room.
one day.
Fuck.
That's why we don't buy equipment so that we can afford the room.
Bro, when I got here, I was like looking downstairs. I was like, I hope this is the right place.
Yeah, no.
It's like, some
Bro,
pretty
when I
feral
got here,
shit
I was
going
like,
on.
oh no.
Oh, so this is the first time you've used this?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
first
time.
time using this room. We have no idea where we are at the
I
moment.
know. I think the facility's still pretty new, so
Yeah.
it's a bit.
Yeah, no, there's some cracktivities going on down there.
Yeah.
Oh,
There was a random glove in the elevator. I think was full of stuff.
Yeah, there'll be blood stains on these walls soon enough.
Yeah.
blood
Exactly.
stains. It's just gonna be us. After a while, we just killed each other in this room. Me and Connor are done with this podcasting. But how's it going, man?
Yeah, no, it's good to be here. It's good to be back in the homeland.
I know,
Yeah. I had a great introduction
Yeah.
to Auckland last night. Like, literally got to K Road and just saw someone get knocked out. And like,
Oh, really?
in the first minute of me getting out of the Uber, I was like, "Fuck, we're so back."
It was so bad.
Beautiful.
No, it's still quite rowdy up there.
Yeah, yeah. Some things will never change.
Yeah, exactly.
I just get a panic attack every time I'm walking on that street, dude. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Like every time I'm walking at K Road, I'm like something's gonna happen to me for some reason.
It's
like,
not a safe place.
I know.
It's like,
I tried to do a joke about this, but I'll literally put in gangster rap as I walk down into my headphones just to feel like more.
yeah, yeah. I do that. I feel like whenever I have people from overseas and I want to show them NZ, I always try to take them somewhere like K Road, or take them on a drive around South Auckland or something. Because
Yeah.
I feel like people think of it as Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
And I
I
like
know.
to destroy that illusion in real time.
Show them a bit of Mordor.
Yeah.
who's that UFC fighter?
Israel.
Yeah, he was on Theo Vaughn's podcast. He's like, dude, we gotta go to K Road because they filmed. So when Theo was here in New Zealand, they filmed the podcast somewhere in a studio in K Road or something. He's like,
Yeah.
bro, we gotta walk down the street in later. He's
I
like,
know. Well, even he's getting stepped out on K Road, so
Definitely.
doesn't give you a lot of confidence.
No.
to walk
Everyone
down
gets
the
stepped
road.
out on K
Yeah.
Road.
it's something.
Doesn't matter if there's hours of footage of you knocking people out. They're still trying.
You still are concerned. No,
No. But you're from Whangarei way.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's where you grew up.
Born and raised Whangarei,
Yeah.
so.
nice.
Oh, nice.
How was that?
Oh, it was. I grew up in central Whangarei, so
Yeah.
I'm very used to crackhead shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I know.
But I left when I was 17.
Oh, when you were
Yeah.
17?
I just moved out of home, finished school, moved out of home. I was like, I'm never coming back to.
The way to move it, it's moves up to Hamilton.
Yeah. No, I moved to Christchurch, which
Really?
was yeah.
It's still a bit cracking.
Oh, Christchurch. I lived in Hornby in Christchurch, which
Really?
it was not an improvement. It was,
Crack activities and it's cold.
Yeah, no,
Did
it was
you
parallel.
start a comedy there? Like,
Bro, yeah, the first gig I ever did was at a Mexican restaurant in Christchurch
I've heard about that place.
called Alvarado's, yeah. And
Yeah.
it was I went there the week before and I watched 8 people in a row just bomb while people were having dinner.
Yeah.
And it was some of the worst bombs I've ever
Yeah.
seen. To this day, some of the worst
Yeah.
bombs I've ever seen. And I remember watching it and just thinking I could definitely do that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. Yeah.
The bar, because I don't know, you watch shit on YouTube and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, that looks really hard,
Yeah.
you know, and then you go to an actual open mic and you're like, this is where the bar is,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can definitely do better than these people.
Yeah.
And then the next week I went back and put my name up and
Nice.
and it went really well actually.
That's good.
that's good.
And then after that gig, I got offered another one, and that gig was so horrific. I didn't do stand up again for
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
bro,
happens, man.
same. I think my third gig, which was at Rhombus. You remember Rhombus?
Yeah, Rhombus, bro. That was my second one.
Bro, holy shit!
It
That
was
was
like a cafe,
Oh,
legit,
love
just a
that.
cafe.
all the way in East Tamaki. So it's like,
Oh, I've done that gig.
Yeah, and then old
have?
as
and
the audience.
You drive for half an hour and then
Yeah.
you get there and it's just 2 boomers.
Yeah.
And they're just don't want to. Oh, yeah.
bro.
Oh, bro,
bombed
That was
so
a-
hard that I almost had tears.
Oh, same,
It was like-
same.
Oh man.
Dude, it was bad. Like, I think that was my third gig, and they were like, "Can you do 10 minutes?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I can do 10 minutes." And then I fucking ate shit for 10 minutes. I was like, "Oh shit."
This was also when I first started. I remember I drove out there.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't on the gig.
Oh.
I just thought you could show up and ask to go on.
Oh.
Which, I mean, some people do, but like...
I've done that.
Would you drive out and not get on?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I had like 2 mates with me, like, "Oh, come watch me do stand-up. We'll go out."
You just watch other people bomb.
Yeah, and we just watched other people bomb for a bit, and then...
Oh, it's bad when
It's
you
a
have
long
your
drive
when you
home.
bring your friends. Yo, you know, like you should come to my gig, and when the open mic is so bad, they're like, "Why are you doing this, dude? You know, you can just talk to us if something's going on."
So, how long had you been doing stand-up before you got to do a gig in Whangarei? Like,
Oh, ages, man.
Really? That's
yeah,
quite-
I think that. So I started comedy the same time I started university in like
yeah.
First gig was 2016, and then
Oh,
went to
okay.
uni in 2017. And I didn't gig in Whangarei until I'd graduated. So
really?
it was
Okay.
I think I was like back there after graduating in like 2021.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I got offered a spot, and I didn't want to do it because I was
Yeah,
like,
'cause
it's
it's
Whangarei.
like-
It's like you literally like. People come up to me after the show and they're like, "I know your mum," and I'm like, "Oh fuck," like, you know, yeah.
Yeah, no,
I know your
imagine.
mom.
But the crowds up there are actually better than like a lot. I've like
Yeah, no, we found that too.
yeah, small towns. They're like appreciative of any arts coming.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so you get like if you do gigs in like shitty small towns, you'll find people really up for it. Whereas like big cities, especially like in Melbourne, you get real tough crowds. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're like sort of like hipsters that are.
Yeah, they're
I can
spoiled.
go to a different show every week. Like
Yeah.
impress me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Whereas like people in Whangarei, they're like, "Please come back."
This is the most fun we've had in weeks.
Yeah, because it's like, how many times can you do drugs? You know, like this.
Yeah, you get pretty bored of just smoking meth and going to the pokies. You know?
Like,
No.
I had this like joke which was like I did once at Hamilton best place because I was like, I think a lot of reasons why farmers in New Zealand commit suicide is because you get tired of watching TVNZ. And it's like, because like, you know, you do drugs and then you watch TVNZ, you're like, fuck this shit, I want to kill myself. Like, you can't-
Wild to like smoke meth and watch like Married at First Sight.
Married at First Sight's
Yeah.
actually a great show. I know. I haven't watched the New Zealand one. There is a New Zealand one, right?
Yeah, I think there's a New Zealand
Yeah.
one, but I think everyone likes the Aussie.
Oh, so
The
Aussie
Aussie
one.
one is
Yeah.
fucking
Aussie
funny,
one
man.
is-
Do they do that in Melbourne, or is it like just all over the place?
They do it all over Oz, but yeah, they get like a lot of people from Melbourne and Sydney.
Yeah.
It's so funny, man.
It's so fun.
I know.
Yeah.
Do people ever try and get onto like a show like that, like comics or something? Just for a
Oh,
bit
I
of-
don't think they'd have a comedian on.
Yeah,
I
true.
think that they get people that are pretty serious about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Because I see like
they must get a lot of applications of people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
because the families that you see in that show, like you can tell these guys know what's going on. It's like they're not fucking around, dude. Like,
Why would anyone fucking
Such
do
a
that?
wild gamble, eh? Like, getting married at first, like.
It's so funny, like watching people like think that they're not like their shit is reasonable. And it's like your personal issues are on TV, and like everyone in the world's like you're a psychopath, and you're like, oh fuck. Like,
I know, it's like, yeah, I feel like it's more that I'd be afraid of for going on the show than
Yeah.
like actually getting married to the random person. It's more.
yeah, have you seen
The
the
blowback.
Have you seen the one with the fat chick?
No.
Oh, it was horrific, man. It was like this dude, like she was like there. She's like, I'm really anxious. He's gonna like not like me because of my weight. And then like you see like the turnaround, the dude's face just drops, and it's like, oh god. And then it's just like, yeah, it was like
Yeah.
weeks of him just being like, oh, there's just not a spark.
Yeah.
Like, it was like
dude, that's arranged.
dark, man. But like, why
Let's
would
be
you,
honest, that's arranged marriage
why,
right there.
yeah, why would you put yourself through that? Like that's just wild.
That's no spark.
Yeah, if you do think about it, this is just a show
About
about
arranged
arranged marriage.
It's
for
literally-
Westerners.
There's one UK comedian who did that joke. He's like, married at first. Like, I wonder where they get that idea from. That's an Indian comic who did that joke. I wonder. Well, literally,
Yeah.
it's like just cameras and arranged marriage. That's all it is.
Yeah, because I imagine, if you're from like India and stuff, like the show,
It's like-
this concept's not wild at all.
It'd still be funny watching Western people
Yeah,
try to
try to
do
do
it
it,
because
yeah.
like I don't know, I feel like people in India for the most part they'll just put up with it. They'll be like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, like
That's-
that's my
yeah.
life now.
That's my life now.
Like, life is so hard over there. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah. Like Westerners are just like, oh, you didn't make the bed. Like, fucking yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
happens like in certain cases in parts of India, like where the arranged marriage is little like there's no like freedom at all. Like the groom and the bride, when they see each other first time, they're like, fuck, this is bullshit. Like, because they see each other for the first time in some cases. We're like, okay.
It's weird. Well, it's like there's this lady at my work, and she was just like dating a guy, but she was over in India and stuff. And then her parents were like, all right, you like him? And then just married her to him. Like, they were like 2 weeks in.
Fuck.
And got married.
2 weeks?
Well, probably not 2 weeks, but like...
Okay, that's...
It's crazy the parents having control over like who you root.
Yeah, I know, it is.
It's just bizarre to me.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I think it happens in a lot of Samoan cultures as well. Like, if they see, oh, you guys are dating or whatever, like, get married, you know?
It's funny because it's just white people on Married at First Sight, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
I feel like
pretty
every
much.
trailer I see it.
Well, I think like other ethnicities are just like, why on earth would like? I'm sure they try to make it more diverse, but like the only people that are like so shameless that they'll go on it's like invariably white people, you know?
It's
maybe that was a differential because there was one in...
I know. I think they should do like a crossover series, like
Love
Married
on...
at First Sight and Love on the Spectrum. Like, that would be the fun.
Do you guys see that show? Love on the Spectrum?
I know, I've heard there's a guy called Connor on that. And then so all the memes I've been seeing about it make it feel quite like a personal...
Because it's like, it's kind of, not same, but it's like they set up the dates and everything, right?
Yeah.
These two people who are on the spectrum and they just set up the dates. Does it happen like they don't just end up with each other like, nah, you suck?
I don't know.
I've never seen it, but I don't know, it's...
Dating in Whangarei, though, must have been a bit hard. Like, there's...
High school, like I only did it in high school, man.
Really?
You know, it's fucking. But yeah, it's mostly like, I don't know. People shack up pretty quick. Like most of my friends that are back there, like very long-term relationships. If you're on Tinder in Whangarei, you're not having a good time.
You just know everyone.
Yeah.
You just
I did look on it one time, like a few years ago when I was up there.
It's just like, I would never even consider because I just see my cousins and shit. I just be like, fuck, It's like, it's just.
It's like, everyone knows everyone. Like,
but it's also like it's big enough. Like Whangarei when I was growing up had like 50,000 people. It's already got like 107 or something. So it's like it's already becoming like a pretty major city.
Yeah,
people are just so keen to get out of fucking Auckland. You know.
Yeah.
No, it is like mass exit. Well, not mass. I don't know. I feel like people go wide and wider out than like
Auckland's population's still growing, but it's like people that are from Auckland are moving out and people from overseas are moving in. So it's changing massively.
It's like we all go overseas or to a different spot.
No, but the thing is that like, because even in Auckland, when you open a dating app, you after 5 swipes, you do know one person. Like in general, like I know like somewhere like, but I can't even imagine in Whangarei like how. Like you're just like every swipe is like I just know this person from somewhere, you know, like because
the worst is when you recognize them but you don't know quite where from. You're like fuck.
Yeah, in my friend group, man, like back home, it's like if someone brings in like a new girl, everyone's like, tell me about it. Like, how did this happen?
Where did she appear from? How did you spawn her in?
So it's more like no one knows her. That's the thing.
Well, every now and then you get people like that just move there for a job or something.
Yeah.
And then it's people are like
because it's funny with a lot of like media jobs like journalism or like radio and stuff. You gotta like kind of move out of Auckland then come.
Yeah, exactly. Like
so I know.
If you're trying to be a reporter, they'll be like, "You're the Kai Taia correspondent."
It's like that. Like there's someone in like New Plymouth.
Yeah.
They managed
and there's no news in New Plymouth. It's mushroom season. You know, that's...
What's that radio show?
How to not pick the wrong mushrooms.
What's that radio station where 2 old people talk all the time?
News Talk.
I forgot, bro. It's like the saddest one where they just talk about really random shit like Jesus was the one or something like that. I don't know. It's pretty sad.
I know,
it's like if you're like at the age of 60, then you will enjoy that a lot.
Is it Mike Hosking?
I think so.
Probably is.
It's like
our most popular radio station.
The other day when I took the Uber, the guy was listening to him like, dude, how do you not sleep while...
It would be ZB, bro. Yeah.
It's like he's just talking about, Jesus was the one who's gonna say, like, just random shit doesn't mean anything.
I think that whole show's format is they get them riled up in the morning.
Yeah.
And then at night they purposely like just speak about boring stuff so they can the audience falls asleep. I tuned in once and it was like an e-scooter debate.
Okay, what was
like on like having lime scooters on the road and stuff, and it's like everyone's like, they need to go. They're an eyesore. I've tripped over 4 of them.
My dad crashed one of them drunk driving today.
That's funny.
Wait, so he got drunk and then took one of the lime scooters.
Because the pub he drinks at is like up a hill from our house.
Yeah.
And so like he usually gets a taxi, but then Whangarei just got like these e-scooters.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh bloody, don't need to get a taxi anymore. Yeah. He's like came home with like a scraped up face.
Shit.
I'm getting a taxi next time.
The first time when I drove, it was at K Road, I think. I took a lime scooter. I don't know when this year was, and I didn't know a fuck all about lime scooters. So I just drove all the way, and I came downhill, and my fucking shirt got ripped off because I fucking hurt myself like a bitch.
It was crack up when like we first got them, and people were just chucking them in the harbour and shit.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. That was
I wonder how many of those they lost. You know?
Yeah, no, it must be like.
There was
like,
a lot. Like I saw,
it's got to be a couple hundred, bro.
Yeah,
like,
there were videos of people just like fucking riding them to the harbour and then just throwing them in. It's just like mindless vandalism.
All the other dumb shit, eh? Like someone got like the first guy to get caught trying to go over the harbour bridge. On one.
Bro, no shit. That was my mate.
Yeah, was it?
That was my. Bro, no, that was 2 of my mates from Whangarei. They were doubling on a lime scooter over the harbour bridge. They got arrested. It was like
doubling on
they were like, it was like it was in our Snapchat group chat. They were like, oh fuck, like, and then like the next thing is like police lights. It was like fuck. It was so funny.
Doubling on a fucking lime scooter is insane.
This is how small New Zealand is. It's like you talk about like some random obscure school. It's like, oh no, I know the guy.
That's actually NZ in a nutshell. Eh?
It's like someone posted that clip on Facebook. Everyone's like, I know this person.
I hate like I don't know people from Australia. They'll like. When they find out I'm from New Zealand, they'll be like, "Oh, do you know so and so?" And I'm like, "It's not that." Special, you know? But then, like, sometimes I do.
That's why I think that's why like Police 10-7 was so effective.
Yeah,
because it shows some guy and they're like, "Oh, that's Daryl."
Fuck.
It doesn't even shock you anymore when you see someone on TV. You're like, I know this person. You know, you're not like, oh shit, yo.
Not even impressive. Like, on TV.
New Zealand TV is crazy because, like, doing comedy, it's like I know like half the people on TV. It's like when I was a kid, I was like, they're celebrities. And I'm like, that's just like the bro.
Or you just see them around, like.
Like even like the comedians who you see on the gala. Sometimes you see at the same show you're doing. You're like, whoa, okay, cool.
And you're like, does that mean I'm doing good? Or does that mean you're doing bad?
I don't know.
NZ celebrities, it's such a weird thing to be.
Yeah.
To be like, I'm famous in New Zealand. Like, if you say that to people overseas, they'll just be like, what does that even mean? You know?
Were you on the Lord of the Rings? No, I'm famous. What do you do? I'm just famous.
Were you in the Minecraft movie?
Were you in the Minecraft?
Was that filmed here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was out in like Helensville or something. Well,
Why
they say
Helensville?
it was filmed here, but there's like 20 minutes at the beginning where they're like in the real world and then it's just CGI.
I've heard that movie's like catastrophically bad, eh?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like it got fame. It's just getting the fame because there's a scene in which Jack Black is saying chicken jockey and just became a TikTok trend.
It depends if you enjoy Jack Black or not. Like,
Yeah.
I went with my girlfriend and she quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I just saw like one person hating on it. And, you know, I like to spread fake news.
You're at the place to do it, man.
Yeah, same. I have this separate account for hate comments, actually. I just go on fucking random shit. Like, I'm like, fuck you. I'm like, fuck you. I hate you. And he's like, this is a cooking video. Like, fuck you.
It's crazy. Like, you can do the most, like, anything you post online, there'll be someone like, fuck you. You know, like, be the most wholesome, like,
dude, you want to know what's the hate comments we get? Number one is my favorite one. We should start a podcast. That's the one we get all the time. People are like commenting, we should start a podcast. It's, you know, that it's
like a meme.
Basically, we should start a podcast. And the second
like,
one,
every cunt's got a podcast.
Yeah, and second one is a sad emoji.
Oh,
I don't know what to feel about it. It's just sad emoji, dude.
If you have people hating on you, it's a sign that you're doing something. And, you know, the only people that don't have haters are fucking people that do nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
The recent one was
like you know how you're talking about those like your first gig, and how the bar was that low. That's how low we've got the podcasting at the moment. We can only go up.
Yeah, well, it's like, bro, everything is shit until it's not.
Yeah,
like, I used to be real worried about like how people would when I started comedy, I didn't tell any of my friends I was doing it for the first few months because I was just like, they're gonna think I'm like a try hard or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, now I just view it. I'm like, every single person that has ever made it in show business, especially, but like largely in anything, started off really shit, and everyone laughed at them and ridiculed them. Like maybe not to their face, but like especially in a place like New Zealand.
Yeah,
because that's why nobody does anything here. It's why there's like 2 gigs on in Auckland. Right? It's like. Because people are just like, oh, people will think I'm like fucking try hard.
Fuck you.
Try hard.
So stupid, man.
Yeah.
No, it's like someone is like, oh, you do comedy. I don't know. Maybe if you can consider doing comedy for 2 homeless people, I guess that's comedy. I don't know, dude.
Do you enjoy the Aussie scene a bit more though?
It's like
just more opportunity.
It's dark at the bottom, man. It's like if you're doing like.
Yeah, because I imagine there's like a massive surplus of people trying to do it.
Yeah, well, there's heaps of like, because Melbourne has like the biggest comedy fest, I think, in the world.
Yeah.
Basically, like you get a lot of people from all over the place moving there for the comedy scene.
Yeah.
And the scene is just not. As a result of that, it's very competitive. Like there's a lot of gigs, most of them are garbage, and then there's a lot of people competing for like a few good gigs.
Yeah.
So like, it's obviously better in the sense that like you can do shows every night. I can work around my schedule way better because like I've been there a while now, so there's gigs like I can just message the person the day before, be like, can I have a spot tomorrow? They're like, so I can be like, just look at my calendar and do like, I'll do Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday this week or something, you know.
It's so good.
That'd be so good when you can actually have gigs, because right now it's like you gotta have
it's like roulette almost or something. Your number has to come up to get
that's cool. Well, you should start a gig in that case. That's
should.
It seems like the Auckland scene needs more people, just because that's what a lot of people in Melbourne, bro, they like will get to the city with big expectations and then they try get on all the good rooms and basically get told piss off. And then so like you have constantly people are opening new gigs because they're just like, well, fuck you then, I'll do my own thing. And it's like New Zealand needs more of that.
Yeah, it does need more.
Everyone's just like, oh, there's 2 shows.
Yeah.
It's it's not enough.
What happens is someone will start a gig and then he just gets shit on.
That's the problem. People will like tear it apart. Like the other gigs.
No one's actually thankful enough to like, oh, at least we have something going on. You know, like who cares? Like if it's not good, but like at least there's something. Like right now. You're saying there's like
as you're saying too, as everything starts out, it's gonna be shit. Everything starts from shit.
Yeah, but the thing is that people don't support at all over here. Like you don't have to do much. Just be like, oh, thanks for the spot. That's all you gotta do. You know, just show up and not just shit on the gig like all the time. Like
that's the thing. Like I imagine if you start a gig in Auckland and it's not great the first show, you'll have like a lot of the comedians just doing jokes about how shit the gig is.
You just gotta sit there.
The punters will be like, this is just a bunch of people with mental health problems. You know, so they won't come back, and then it's just
oh, it's so bad when like there's 2 people who are like, oh, comedy, and they just show up and those are the 2 people and they are like, fuck, this was not a good decision, I guess. It's like
if the comics outnumber the audience, not great.
Not great.
And that's quite common here.
Pretty 70% of the time.
Yes.
What's interesting about the Melbourne scene is like you have open mics where they're busy just because so many comedians go. So like there's this one I always do called Laugh Lab, and it's like it's a real tough gig. It's like a lot of it's a real busy room, usually around like 30 people. Half of them are comics, the other half are like just drinking and talking. So it's real hard. Like pretty much everyone bombs. But at the same time, like you can pretty much always get a spot, and there's always a crowd.
And if you get a laugh, you know it works.
I just go there. I just go there with brand new material and riff, and if I get a laugh on any of it, I'm like, that's a good bit, and I just
we had tons of those gigs last year. Like we had like Revelry, I would say was the one where you could just go do riff on bullshit, and if you just see one laugh, you're like, there's something over there, I guess.
Do you get the tour a bit now? Like
bro, like starting to. So like I did Perth, like did some spots at the Perth Fringe at the start of the year, and then I was going to go to Adelaide, but I didn't get around to it. But I'm going, when I get back to Oz, I'm doing like a week of shows in Brisbane, and then doing Sydney for a week.
Oh no, you got it all going on, bro.
Well, it's just like Aussie's pretty. It's hardest. Ironically, it's hardest in Melbourne. Like everyone thinks of Melbourne as like the best spot, but it's like you can get gigs in like the other cities way easier, from my experience at least.
Okay.
And like at least I know Perth has a reputation for paying really well. Like, I was real surprised when I was at the Perth Fringe.
Yeah.
Comics were getting, like, paid spots more than non-paid. So even like random lineup shows, they'd be like, "We'll pay you $50." We'll pay. Which like, you're like, wow, the big time. Like, but yeah, it's like, I know, like, there's way more like working comedians in Australia, like people that are actually making a living from it.
That's like awesome, man.
Triple the population.
But it's a pretty grim. A lot of them, it's not a very desirable lifestyle. You know, they're like making money from it, but it's like you're constantly on the road. You're not making good money.
Yeah,
it's pretty. It's like. Yeah, unless you have a big following, it's not very glamorous. You know, you're staying in motels and bombing.
Have you met that Luke guy?
Luke Kitchell?
Is it Crowdwork?
Yeah.
The Crowdwork dude?
I know of. I probably met him, but I like not like.
Because I feel like he got to tour around a bit with like a big following. And stuff.
Well, Aussie's got quite a lot of like TikTok stars and shit popping off now. A few of them are comedians.
I think that's also a thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you post something, there's a chance more people can watch it. Like, you know, over here, like, how many people? It doesn't matter that much. Like, even if you go like viral, you're like, okay, cool, back again. I guess. I'm going back to my same favorite open mic.
Have you ever done like Crowdwork clips and stuff?
I don't like doing crowd work that much. Like, I can do it, but it just doesn't appeal to me, because it's like, to me, the thing I like about comedy is like having an abstract thought and finding a way to articulate it that is funny. And it's like, to me, just going up to someone and being like, "What do you do for work?" and then just calling them a loser. Like, which, you know, I know other people do like better crowd work, but that's basically what I do when I do it. I just fucking like shit on people. It's just not.
It's an effective way.
The only time I do crowd work is if the crowd's not paying attention. And I need to like get them.
Well, I think that's
involved.
what you're meant to do, like traditionally.
Yeah, but you get like I think in the age of social media, you get these people that are like, well, if I do material's real hard to get good. And then you post it online, and it's like, you can't, if you sell tickets to a show and people are already seeing that joke, you don't want to do the same joke to them. So
if you use that joke as the ad for the show.
So like a lot of people do, if you do like an hour of crowd work, you get all this great content and you can just post it and then sell tickets to material. But then the problem with that is like, people will come expecting crowd work. And they're like, why is he talking about his childhood? You know,
I think that's the thing. Even with crowd work, I see a lot of people. I mean, it's a thing now where comics do it, but like some of the crowd work is really shit. It's just like, oh, you guys together? Cool. You guys suck, and cool. That's 30 seconds. Clip it. There's
when are you gonna get married?
Like there's, I think, just like how jokes, crowd work also has to be good. You know, you can't just be like. I mean, I guess some people are like, who don't watch that much comedy, they're like,
I think that's the thing with crowd work though. There's a bit of like a just gamble.
It's a gamble,
Because you've got like your set lines to go into.
Sometimes it's definitely great. Like I just don't like doing it myself. But I've said like Joe Damon, for example, is fucking great at it. Like, I've seen him do like 20 minutes of it, and it's just like unreal. It's like, I'm not that good at it as well, so I have a bias. But
I know,
if someone asks me, can you do a 10? Like, it's 7 minutes of material, 3 minutes is gonna be crowd work. It's like, I have a 10. I can confident. Like, it's like sometimes what happens is you're supposed to do like, I've done like 15 minutes and you're bombing, which mostly happens with me, you know, because I don't do well at all. And then I'm like, oh, hey, hello, how you doing? And don't talk to me.
Watching new people start now after all the crowd work stuff. Because some people just think comedy is just crowd work when they start. So it's like immediately.
Trying to have a combo.
And they're like.
With someone eating at the table.
I see comics doing crowd work with other comics. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Oh, what's your name? Dude, you know me. Shut up. What the fuck are you doing? Don't talk to me. Bro, we just came in the same car. What are you talking about?
So what do you do for a job? I'm an open mic.
Bro. I'm making fun of you for being an open micer.
Oh, man.
It's like, sometimes it can be good. I think, I remember one time there was this pregnant lady in the crowd, and all her friends were doing shots, so I just did crowd work with them. So that was a good clip I got. But usually I'm like trying to avoid that shit where I'm like, what do you do for work? Cool. Nice.
Are you just purely focused on stand-up though, or are you trying to do a bit of acting and stuff? Or something?
I'm not really big on like the only situation I'll do acting is if I could play myself, basically.
Yeah.
You know, like
It's the way to do it though.
Yeah, you can have like one of those like Jason Statham careers where it's like, can you just be a like serious bald guy?
Yeah.
And he's like, yes. Like, I do some shit like that, but I'm not big into acting.
Yeah.
I despise actors as a class of people.
Yeah, no. It is rough.
I don't know if you've ever been around like a group of actors, but it makes me want to shoot up a school. Like, it's just fucking,
Yeah, because my mate loves like theatre.
Yeah.
He's more like trying to write scripts and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
But even just hanging out going to his shows and
so
it's like
draining.
actors.
Oh, bro.
They take everything so serious and profound. It's just like, shut up.
The worst is when they
I don't want to get cancelled.
Worst is when they play a character and they're not getting out of it. I'm like, dude, it's been 2 hours. Shut up, please. Please. It's okay. I get it. You can say to be or not to be. That's the question in 20 different ways.
British accent out of nowhere.
It's like, shut up. They don't get out of the character. I'm like, shut up, dude. Please. I get it. You are an actor. You can do this. But please stop this. Yeah. Okay.
There's definitely like a massive like talent to it. Like, I don't know. I find like people that can do like heaps of accents and impressions and like all that stuff really impressive. But like, it's not me. My main focus is stand up, man. I just want to.
Same.
It's also like, I don't know. I feel like you should. It's better to double down on what you're good at than try to like be good at like average at a bunch of like. I'm not good at acting. Yeah. I'm not good at crowd work. Yeah. Like I prefer to just write material.
Yeah, exactly.
And do that.
Because
I'd rather be really good at that than fucking average at a bunch of things. So.
Yeah.
It's just stand up. Also, I have a band. And,
What, you have a band?
No, I was saying it'd be funny.
It's like funny. You're
super
just
focused on stand up.
I like met someone the other day, bro, at a gig, and I was like, "Are you a comedian?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a comedian and a rapper, and like." I was like, "I bet your shit at all of these." He went up and he just bombed. I was like, "Classic," like I bet your music's shit as well. Bro. Like,
Can I be honest about something? I kind of get mad when someone who's in acting and they do stand up. I kind of get mad because they get on stage and they just play characters. I'm like, dude, there's no jokes. Yeah. Please shut up.
I feel like if you're transferring from acting to comedy, you're probably gonna be bad at comedy.
Yeah, bro, because they're like, oh, this is my impression of a guy going to a store and not killing himself, and they do like yell out on the mic. I'm like, bro, please shut up. It's cringe. I'll be honest with you. Like, it's just cringe. Like, there's a way, like I like stand up where there's jokes. Whatever. I don't want to impression is fine, but it's
just
like
don't like act outs.
Yeah, I don't like that big act out shit. Like,
well, like comedy, I think the best comedy is like authenticity based. Like it's coming from your own life and identity. And actors do the opposite of that.
Yeah,
they're like, I'm going to play a role, so it's like inherently inauthentic. So when they try to do stand up, a lot of the time they're like, they're like, who can I be to impress the crowd? And it's like the crowd wants you to be yourself.
It's funny, because they'll be like, this is my impression of Jason Statham driving a guy.
It is interesting here though, because I feel like if you were to just stay in New Zealand and try and do it, you kind of have to start like every big comedian's also like an actor or presenter on TV and like or radio host.
If TVNZ offered me a well-paid job on bloody on a movie
funny,
or something,
like
I'd definitely do it.
I know how to act.
News, just dress like that and the chain and stuff.
But like fucked if I'd be going to auditions to play roles that aren't related to my own personality. It's like be off-brand. There's a lot of comedians in America, especially that like get to do. Like Bill Burr, for example, he's done a fair bit of acting, but he just plays Bill Burr. Like, every character is like a perfect character for him.
Or like Kevin Hart, he just plays Kevin Hart, basically.
Yeah, it's like I'd do that, but I wouldn't go outside of my own style.
Because apparently Robin Williams used to do that because he was really funny.
He was in a lot of films,
but then he would play like drama. And he'd just be the most serious.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
Yeah, he was a great actor.
I preferred his acting to his comedy, to be honest.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, controversial. It's just not to my taste. I think he was good, but it's just not my style.
It was like it's like Machine Gun comedy. Like watching clips of him, and it's
he must have been on the coke.
Definitely. Definitely. There's no way.
Who's your favorite?
Who's my favourite?
Myself.
I love Tim Dillon. Like,
I fucking love Tim Dillon as well.
Funny as fuck.
I think I'll say Louis C.K. actually. Controversial, but I'll say Louis C.K.
Louis is fantastic.
Because I don't think no one has matched his level so far.
Have you done any like in the States or the UK? Or?
Bro, nah, I did. I've done the UK.
Yeah.
I managed to bullshit my way onto one of the biggest clubs in the UK. I was pretty stoked with that. Yeah, I told them I was famous in New Zealand. They booked it. Yeah, it was sick, man. It was like
that would be sick.
Yeah, sold out. Like great crowd because they're comedy savvy over there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've done gigs in the UK, Spain, not America.
How'd Spain go? Just you had to learn some Spanish before you got on stage.
I can speak a bit of Spanish, but I did it it was an English comedy.
English,
The guy that runs it's actually a Kiwi.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah, he moved to fucking Barcelona, set up a comedy club.
Easier to run a mic there than
running a mic here.
Yeah, it was crack up because I went up and I did like my best material and it was like pretty shaky reaction and I was like, fuck, I'm bombing, like this is hectic. And then I got off stage and it was like this like Brazilian woman came up to me. She was like, I could not understand you. And I realized like everyone there, English was their second language and they'd like never heard a Kiwi accent before. And I was just there like talking quite fast in my bloody thick accent and they were just like didn't get it. Like
you don't realise like how weird our accent is until you're overseas and you're hearing everyone else talk.
You remember the bilingual gig, the Chinese English? So there's this gig, it's like a Chinese, but there's like 2 English acts as well. So it's
like a bilingual show they have in Auckland.
So you can only enjoy the show if you speak 2 languages.
I guess so, like fully, pretty much. But it's like
the crowd is
Chinese immigrants.
Right.
The crowd is just like 40 Chinese people who don't speak that English that well, and it's like the first act will kill because there's a Chinese guy, second, fourth, and then you get on stage, you're like, hello, they're like, hey, cool, and then you do your first joke, you're like, wait, what the fuck happened? It's just complete dead silence. It's like, oh, okay, then
they got Google Translate up on.
That's so funny.
It's like, hi sir, what do you do for work? And the girl's like, I don't speak English. I'm like, okay, cool.
You're just trying to do funny facial expressions.
But that's the gigs you do sometimes when you run out of stage time. You're like, yeah, fuck it, I'll do it for a Chinese immigrant. Sure.
I feel like I fully got ripped off when I went to New York because I tried to get a gig there.
Oh, really?
And so I got on this one, but it was legit. Like you paid $5 to go on for 5 minutes. It was like 3 p.m. on a Thursday.
Yeah.
And everyone there was just a comic.
Yeah, I've heard about those shows.
Yeah, and it's just like running through like 24 people.
Holy shit. 24, holy shit.
That's like, I couldn't think of... First of all, paying to bomb.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
rough.
Like the only way I'll pay to bomb is if I'm buying myself a beer.
Yeah.
Like, to get me through the bomb.
Yeah.
But like, the idea of... New York sounds really rough, man.
Yeah,
my brother's moving there.
Really?
And like he was like asking me if I was going to come visit. I was like, I don't want to like go to like I've been doing stand up like 9 years now. Yeah. So I don't want to go to New York and be an open micer. Like it'd be like
really rough.
It'd be just like starting from scratch.
Yeah.
Like I had to do that in Australia and it was like bad enough, man.
Yeah.
Because how far were you in when you moved over?
6 years.
6 years in, and then you had to start.
Yeah, but it was like, I don't know. You think about Australia, it's like you can get enough stage time at enough good... Like, I was getting decent shows after like a few months. Cause,
that's good.
The moment you get a couple good rooms and you kill, people notice and Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you just get, like, that's the main issue right now. It's just, if I can get stage time, that just brings back my confidence. I'm like, yeah, I'm good at this, you know, like, it's, if I get one show 1 week, that's like, okay, what am I doing?
It's not, bro, someone needs to start another mic in Auckland, man. You guys should do it. You can make like the podcast
Intrusive talks.
Part of...
Oh, dude, you know, like, I'm not ready to take more shit at the moment. I'm done with this. It's like, those two cunts, they start...
Oh, no, I would. It's just, Well, no, I've been telling myself to start one, and but then you just get fucking...
It's a kind of a task. It is a thankless job.
Yeah.
I've helped a couple of people to start. I'm like, but I'm not involved. I'll just help you to start this. I'm not involved because I don't want to be part of the...
Did you ever start a mic and stuff?
I've done, like, not a mic. We were doing, like, a book gig where, like, we'd pay like an MC and a headline act and, like, sell tickets and stuff. But even that, bro, I was like... It was at a jazz club. It was like we were getting okay numbers. Like it was like a 50-seater. We would get like 30.
Yeah,
35.
that's pretty good.
That's pretty
But
good.
it was like it was just for the amount of work.
Yeah.
We're just like you'd sell like 35
Yeah.
tickets, put in all this work, book this lineup,
Yeah.
break even at the end of
Yeah.
it. It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I'm really grateful other
Yeah.
people do it, but like
Yeah.
if I'm not making money from it, I'm not putting in that much effort.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Just not,
Fair
it's
enough.
Just,
That's
Especially like, because did you have another job while?
Yeah, I work
doing all
full
the
time.
work? Yeah, what?
I'm a lawyer.
Oh, you're a lawyer.
I don't know if
Yeah, everyone laughs. But
Yeah.
everyone's like, what the fuck? Yeah.
No, that's fair enough, bro.
I'm probably a bit late, but am I allowed to swear on this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That'd be great because I've been going off. Like,
Oh no, bro, go on. Go
Don't
on.
worry,
It's called Intrusive Talks for a reason.
We've got no sponsors, don't you worry.
yeah.
Bro, we've been almost banned from TikTok, so yeah. we
but-
are,
I got my last account banned from TikTok.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, it's pretty easy
Yeah,
actually.
it's
to
easy.
get.
Yeah, it's Chinese Communist Party, man.
yeah.
yeah.
We had one strike left before we got banned. So we had this. This was like when we started the pod. This was no video, nothing. We just posted this audio clip of we talking about how we can do a gig for ISIS or something.
Just mentioning
Great
ISIS.
content.
And it was just like, yeah, we'll do it if we get paid enough or something like that. And yeah, they were like, we
I
can't
don't know,
talk
what
about.
got you kicked off?
I posted a video of me in the pokies,
Oh, in the
and I like
pokies.
hashtagged gambling is good or something. And I was like,
Well, we do.
yeah, and it got like 0 views,
Yeah.
and then I like tried to post another thing, and that like shadow banned
Oh,
my account.
really?
It was like everything I posted on that account got like 0 views.
Did you have a following?
Not
No,
really. It was like
okay,
80,
that's good.
800 people or something.
Oh, okay,
It was
that's
like,
not too bad.
Still more than I've been posting for like 2 years. I've got like 120 or something.
I know, TikTok's weird though.
TikTok
You're probably
is weird.
shadow banned, Mudit. Not gonna lie.
Probably. My personal account probably has been shadow. Bro, I've been posting random shit since 2021, and I think I'm shadow banned at this point. I get like I edit a video for like 30 minutes and I get like 200 views. I'm like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, the algorithm.
So, do you still work as a lawyer at the moment?
Yeah,
or-
I'm working full time.
Wow,
It's
that's
pretty
hard.
It's pretty pain in the ass,
Yeah.
but it's real good. Like the firm I work for is a national Australian firm,
Oh,
so
sweet.
it's like I can work.
Oh, at different
Like
offices.
when I go to
and
Brisbane,
different- yeah.
they've got offices in Brisbane,
Oh,
so
that's
I'm
cool.
just gonna like work a day in Brisbane
Yeah.
and do shows in a night.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
good.
so it's real handy for that stuff.
That's
But
cool.
it's very like,
Yeah.
bro. Like the other day,
Yeah.
I did I like woke up, worked like
Yeah.
9 hours, and then did 3 shows.
Yeah, no.
And I was like lying in bed afterwards, just brain just like,
yeah.
you know,
no,
it's like,
that's-
yeah, it's pretty hectic.
Yeah,
So-
it's a real hard thing.
What kind of lawyer do you like manage? Criminal cases? Like
No, I sue insurance companies on behalf of other insurance companies.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
I'm doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, the Lord.
Lords
Better watch out for Luigi.
You
though.
better watch out for Luigi.
No, I briefly worked as a lawyer in Auckland actually.
Yeah? How was that?
It was awful.
Did you study it here? Oh,
I
no,
studied in
Christchurch.
Wellies.
Oh, Wellies.
Oh,
But,
oh,
yeah.
okay.
But
Yeah.
What's
yeah,
the-
you
No,
just
it's
get
a
paid so
hard
much
field,
worse
though.
here, bro. It's like
Yeah.
What's the weirdest case you've ever taken? You remember?
Well, it's just insurance stuff.
oh man,
like
wait,
something you're like, what the fuck is
My
this?
first legal job was in Whangarei, and yeah, I had to do a few like
Yeah.
families disputing someone's
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
That was shit was
tense.
dark, bro. You know, they're like wheeling like an old lady, and they're like, she wants to like sign her will over to me, and you're like, you have a crack problem. You know, it's like, get out of here, like yeah.
Yeah.
Do you even remember your veil where it is right now?
Yeah,
Like
no.
just yeah.
Yeah, no, do you find you have kind of almost like 2 personalities, to like work personality and then like...
Oh,
or
I'm
is it
not
pretty-
I'm not very professional at work.
Yeah.
I just try to
Yeah.
do this stuff, and you know,
Yeah, no.
but, like yeah,
Yeah.
if I get talking too much, I avoid
Yeah.
the work drinks because
Yeah.
after a couple of beers, I tend to like
Yeah.
blur them.
Yeah.
You know, it's not Can't be
Yeah.
doing stand up material to
Yeah,
bloody.
to the people.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
like Australian like corporate culture's way
Yeah.
that like they don't care, like you know
Yeah.
people be talking about doing drugs and bloody
Yeah, I know.
gambling and shit.
Well, even then,
you know.
I have a corporate job here, and people talk about
Yeah.
the same stuff.
Like it's not the whole professionality thing is
Yeah.
a facade. Like no
Yeah.
one really believes in LinkedIn. You know.
Yeah. Oh, it is cringe when you see someone maxing it.
Yeah.
I thought of once buying the LinkedIn premium thing, but then before that I got a job, so I was like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
I almost was like, nah, I need a job, so I need to buy
Yeah.
maybe LinkedIn premium.
It's the weirdest
It's like,
social media platform. I've
everyone
ever been
hates
on.
LinkedIn. I've
Yeah.
been DMing people. This is
Yeah.
how desperate I am to sell tickets. I've been DMing people on LinkedIn,
Oh, really?
like lawyers,
Random
like
LinkedIn
random
ads.
lawyers,
Yeah.
and being like, "I'm also a lawyer that does comedy." You know?
They probably think you're like joking or something.
Literally, I like DM'd a few random lawyers in Wellington that I don't know, just with like a link to my Comedy Fest thing, being like, I went to law school, same uni as you. Like, you know, I hope they don't come.
If you could get a corporate gig though, that'd be pretty good. Oh.
I've heard nothing but bad things about corporate gigs.
You gotta have like really.
Hey, bro, if someone's paying me good money, I will do anything.
Bro, like,
you know,
companies will spend so much money to have someone come in and talk. Like we had some guy who won MasterChef NZ and became like a wellness coach or something, like about depression. They paid him like $5,000 to come in and talk to us for an hour.
It's an insane
hustle, and he probably showed you some PowerPoint slides or something.
Yeah, he was like telling us his journey and stuff.
It's like sunlight and exercise is good.
$5,000.
You should wake up early in the morning, eat clean, make sure to drink water, and
it's just so weird. Where it's like, it was like, because it's like, he'd been on TV. So that's why we paid him $5,000 to come. I don't know.
I think it's like because fame can be monetized very easily.
Yeah,
I think most of the booking is done by boomers, and as soon as they hear the word TV, they just come in their pants. Like, oh my god, TV!
It's
that show that has nothing to do with mental health. He won that, and he's coming in to do it.
Like, make sure you eat clean.
So imagine having like Gordon Ramsay come in to talk to you about mental health.
I think that's
famous for just screaming at people, paying someone minimum wage and yelling at them, call them a piece of shit. Like,
where's the lamb sauce, you motherfuckers?
I tell all my chefs to try meditating. You know?
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Tell them to fuck a donkey and.
You're a class A cunt. He's great.
As you said, like being famous in New Zealand, sometimes you hear people, I work in TV. I'm like, cool.
That is a hard balance though.
Cool. I work in TV. Nice. Cool. Do you want to bomb together or what do you want to do at this gig? It's like, cool, man. No one cares.
I derive like massive satisfaction from watching famous people eat shit.
Yeah.
Like, when like, because every now and then you get someone who's like a TikTok star or like a bloody, you know, they're like famous actor or something. Like, I'm gonna try comedy. And it's
Well, that's what
even just when they're so like out of touch. Yeah. Like the fucking the spaceship thing.
What was that?
Like Katy Perry went up and like a bunch of other celebrities went up and were like, we're awesome for doing this.
Yeah. And then just everyone's like that.
Before they even land, everyone's roasting.
Well, that was like one of the most painful things.
Yeah. I think this was the time where men and women, we came together. We were like, fuck this bitch. Like, no one was supporting Katy Perry at all. Like, no one.
It'd be crazy getting that level of hate. But at the same time, like, it'd be crazy being that delusional that you're like, people want to hear me talk about going to space with the richest man on Earth's wife and will find it inspirational rather than disgusting, like dystopian fucking Hunger Games spec.
I feel like the things you gotta do to stay relevant, like Eminem has a Fortnite skin, Katy Perry's like, I'm gonna go to space.
Why try to stay relevant? That's what I don't get. It's like duck out gracefully. Like, you've had your time in the sun.
Yeah.
Just duck out gracefully, chill in your mansion, do some yoga.
Exactly.
I think that's what happens when you just get too bored of doing yoga.
But I think to get to the top, you really need a want for attention.
But there's a lot of people like Eddie Murphy, for example. Like he did like two of the best like stand-up specials of all time, and then he was like a famous movie star, and he like never. Like he got offered like millions of dollars from Netflix to do another comedy special, and he just like he refused because he was like, I just don't have the discipline to go like on the circuit, do these like gigs, get a good hour together. Yeah. He's like, I don't want to ruin my career by coming out 20 years later with like some garbage special. Yeah. But it's like so many people.
Well, he's also like,
resist that temptation.
He doesn't want to start from scratch again.
And it's fair enough, but it's like someone like Katy Perry, she's like, I need attention. It's like, bro, like you put out a couple bangers in the early 2000s, you're rich, like leave us alone. Like, for fuck's sake,
like, didn't she say like...
Well, she was saying it was like healing her. It's like, fuck up, bro.
Wasn't she declared as an astronaut after that? Like, I was like, dude, shut up, bro. You're not an astronaut. Shut up, dude.
Checking it up on LinkedIn, bro.
You didn't fucking eat that garb. You know, like when you go in space, you gotta eat that fucking processed ass food. You didn't eat that shit. Shut up, bro. You didn't do that shit. She was saying we're gonna put the ass in astronaut. Like, bro, come on, bro. It's like... calm down. Like, you had your time. You tried
Who
coming
knows,
back
that
in.
might be the future of stand-up. You get a gig where you're doing like 10 minutes for guys while they fly up and stuff.
Nah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Nah.
I mean,
It's pretty dystopian that they get to that.
It is.
I think the most like hate I had towards Katy Perry was when she did the American Idol show, when she got that haircut and everything, and she was like just screaming about how America is the worst country in the world.
I'm really glad that I don't know that reference.
Yeah, it's glad.
Do you have guys who go do stand-up on like cruise ships?
Yeah,
and
bro, I've
stuff?
got a few mates that do that.
Really?
Right?
How's that?
It's like, well, I've never done it,
Yeah.
but it sounds like a pretty rough time.
Really?
Like, well,
Yeah.
so you've got it to do a cruise ship. Say you're doing like 5 nights.
Yeah.
You have to have a different half hour every night because you're
Yeah.
performing to the same crowd.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
It's like the same group of boomers. All they do, it's like, you know, you imagine like 2,000 boomers.
Yeah.
And they're just getting drunk, like day drinking and gambling.
All day,
And that's all they do, and they just like lounge in the sun, go to the buffet, and then they go to a comedy show, and they just, you got to do a half hour for them.
Yeah.
And it's like, like I got a couple mates that do it, and it's like, you get paid good,
Yeah.
but like, it's a pretty fucked up industry, man. Like, because like if you bomb the first night, the same crowd,
crowd again.
They do different material, but they're already like, this guy sucks.
Yeah, and also because they already are in that mood, like
Plus,
make
so
me
awkward,
laugh.
like the next day walking around. Like,
A lot of the comics apparently like they, because you know all these people on the cruise will try to talk to them and shit, and so like a lot of the comics will just hide in their room. Like,
it just seems like solitary.
Oh yeah, dude. Like if I when
talking to no one and then having to do a show.
And those cruise ships as well, like the staff, they're all from like Indonesia and like all these poor countries, and they pay them like nothing. Like it's like fully really their business model's really fucked up. Like they're pretty much the only people that get paid is the captain and the stand-ups. Like, and everyone else is just like on peanuts.
Fuck. God bless capitalism.
Yeah, like so.
It's like the most.
Well, like one of my mates was telling me, like he's like, it's pretty like sad. Like you see these other staff and they're all like Southeast Asians and like you know people from like Bangladesh and stuff, and they just like they're working like 14-hour days for all these like rich Aussies and just like making no money. And then you go up for half an hour and just like talk about your dick and get paid heaps.
And they're having to change like cum-soaked sheets.
Oh, dude.
Clean up murder scenes.
I have never, if it's a boomer crowd, I've never killed, honestly. I fucking eat shit if it's like a full boomer
The
crowd.
amount of bath that would happen on a cruise ship.
Oh, God.
Oh, shit.
Well,
like, especially you're drinking all day and the boat starts swaying. Like,
and imagine dealing with these people. Like, you can't just be like, sir, you gotta leave. Where?
Does it pay alright though, or is it? Pretty
I think
it pays well.
You get a few grand for like a week.
That's nice.
Yeah. USD.
So you're in a pitch.
And then you get to.
But even then, it's like, how would you get into that? Like,
Well, nah. So like, you got to audition. For
audition.
Like you get. It's I don't know. Everyone I know that's done it, they've already known someone that's doing it, and they've put in a good word.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, makes sense.
You gotta have connections.
Yeah,
and
it's one of those. It's funny because like every comedian shits on it, but then the moment they get offered, they do it.
Yeah,
it's
so
like
hard.
every visa.
It's so
like-
hard to make good money.
Bro, there's some gigs I've shat on until I got offered to do it, and then I'm like,
Bro, have you seen that like American comic? It went viral as he was like, he did this bit where he's like, I think Joe Rogan is an extremist. I think he's dangerous to society. Like, the only situation I would ever go on his podcast is if I got offered. You know?
It's funny.
Jeselnik?
Nah, it wasn't Chester, but like,
I know who
and then
you're
someone,
talking about,
and then he ended up on Joe Rogan's podcast. Like, Joe Rogan saw it and was like, "That's crack up."
Yeah, that is quite funny.
Because Jeselnik did a joke about Joe Rogan recently. I think it was. I don't know. Yeah, it was in his latest.
No, it
special.
wasn't that one though.
Okay,
It was a different guy.
but I think he just shat on his podcast or something. Like, same thing. He's just saying.
No, I think he shat on the audience, but it's fair enough. It's like low hanging fruit, to be fair. Like,
Oh, there's like beef going on right now between the
that's what
mothership
cracks me up. Is
and
the fucking,
Anthony Jeselnik. Like, there's like thing going on. They're just shitting on each other all the time right now.
No, that's what cracks me up is like YouTube videos where people are analysing the drama between fucking comics.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, Melbourne will
so
probably get to
blazed.
that stage at some point.
Melbourne already has a bit of comedy beef, eh?
Yeah.
Like,
I saw some fucking like TikTok some Aussie chick did about another comic,
Yeah.
like
really?
calling him out and stuff. I don't
For
know
like-
if it was Melbourne
for
or
like
something.
sexual shit. Or like,
Might have been. It was like something he did at a gig or something was weird.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not the person with the insight. You know, I hear stuff, but I don't really. Yeah. I'm not in the scene enough to be involved in that politics.
No, that's cool, man. That's the best. Like, you just do your shit.
I don't think you want to get too involved. You don't want that to be your life. Like,
no, you don't. Like, comedians that date other comedians, and like all their friends are comedians. Like that. That to me is quite cooked.
Yeah, you
like,
need people
I couldn't think of
outside
anything worse than like
you kind of need that balance. Like, you can't just have that same person. Like, oh, you just talk about random shit. Oh, write that down, bro. I just talked about how I feel sad. Right? Like, shut up. Now you need that balance, you know, because you can't just always hang out with comics. It can be exhausting.
Yeah, it's exhausting as fuck.
It's exhausting, and you just talk about comedy all the time, or like the drama. Bro, he didn't book me on. I'm like, dude, maybe you should write a new joke.
But, how long are you over here for? Because are you seeing a bunch of?
I'm here till I fly back to Aussie on the 18th. So I'm doing like Thursday, Friday, Comedy Fest.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably go to Whangarei, just chill up there for a few days. And then I'm on the 14th going to Wellies for like 4 shows in Wellington, and then pretty much just going straight back.
Oh, that's sick though. So you're fully doing like a bit of a New Zealand tour almost.
Yeah, well, Auckland and Wellington and Whangarei.
That's New Zealand, bro.
That's New Zealand right there.
Fuck the South Island, bro.
Fuck the South Island.
Yeah, fuck the South Island.
Fuck the South Island. No one cares about you.
Go back to Alvarado's. No, I think that place closed down actually.
Because your family is in Whangarei right now?
Yeah, but I got family in Auckland as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's nice. So you're just staying with them, or
No, I'm staying at a mate's. But most of my family are in Whangarei.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that's cool. Because I don't know if they're gonna bring back the gig again, the monthly gig they do, like the fortnightly. What's the bar called? Roost.
Oh yeah.
Have you heard about that?
Like, I know the people that run that.
Yeah, because we used to.
Even then, like you go up to a gig in Whangarei and the amount of effort they put in
versus
like Auckland,
you'll get like if you get offered a monthly or a weekly fortnightly gig in Whangarei, it'll be worth the drive. Like a lot of time, because like you'll get a hot room that's full of people that are keen to laugh, which you pretty much never get in Auckland.
Because we were doing that a lot.
Yeah,
because last year. We'd go up a bit to Whangarei, but we'd also go down to Hamilton or like...
I've never gigged in Hamilton, eh?
there was like a comedy club there for a little bit.
Yeah, what happened? Went under?
Just went under,
Yeah, it was hard to like, have a crowd because the club was open from Wednesday to Saturday. No, you can't just have a crowd every day.
I think he just ran through the audience and Hamilton, and then it's like...
Yeah, and just...
Yeah.
Because he was like he was doing like a proper comedy club thing. Like on Wednesday he would have an open mic, and then Thursday he would put up like you can put up a show if you want, or like he would just add a show. But Friday and Saturday was like his like prime shows that he was putting.
Right.
But it was just like at one point you can't just have crowd in Hamilton, like
it just didn't have the audience for it.
It doesn't have audience for it.
Well, I think and then it's also like a lot of the same comics.
Yeah.
Because there's not really there wasn't a scene there, and he started it.
Yeah,
from scratch.
That's so fuck. It's like that's the problem with like a comedy club business model is like if you're open every night of the week, you're just not going to have people, even unless it's like New York. But even then, like the Classic is open 4 nights.
Yeah,
and they've got might be free. Oh no,
for Wednesday to Saturday.
They've got prime real estate.
Yeah,
and it's like that's a hard business model. Like that, they'll be paying probably quite high rent.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like trying to start something like that.
Yeah, because
the rent's the main thing.
Because he was the main issue he had was like he was struggling to pay the rent and the thing was he had whatever money he was making off the drinks, and the drinks were really expensive, so people were like, fuck this, we're not coming over here. So the amount of times we showed up and there was like no crowd and the guy who runs the club is just having a mic in his hand outside the club. Hey, comedy, free comedy.
That was the worst. You you drove like an hour and a bit.
Oh man.
Like,
dude, that was worse. Like the amount of times
I drove down once and they just cancelled the show there. But it's like, well, could you give me a bit more of a heads up?
Oh yeah. I think I called you. Like I was like, dude, where you at? I'm at Revelry. I'm killing it right now. He's like, dude, I'm at Hamilton and the show is cancelled. It's like
I think I turned down to do Revelry because I was like, I got to go down to Hamilton.
Oh, dude, I was like, dude, there's 40 people over here. He's like, fuck off.
That's a somber drive home.
He's like, fuck off. There's no 40 people. I'm like, nah, there's 10 people, but it's still good.
I think that was one I did solo too.
Yeah,
like the one drive because it's quite fun when you got other comics and you go.
Yeah,
it's
because
it's hard to suss the economics of it.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of people, because it's like if you're paying like high rent on a like
Yeah.
central venue, the idea is to keep it open as much as possible, but it's just not feasible. Like the comedy store in Sydney, they do a thing where if you buy a ticket, one drink is included in the ticket price.
Yeah.
And so like I think it's 2 drinks actually.
Yeah.
So like everyone there, pretty much everyone, is having at least a couple drinks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it makes people more keen to, like, a lot of American clubs do that business model as well.
Yeah, no, because I went to the New York one, the Comedy Cellar,
Yeah.
and you have to buy 2 drinks each. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that's how they make
Yeah,
the
money.
way
That's
the
the way-
people who work there make money.
that's
Right?
how they're just bars with entertainment.
Yeah.
It's the end of the thing.
But it's a good way to have
yeah.
guaranteed income, and it's a good way for people, because like I feel like a lot of punters will be like, well, if the ticket's $30 and a drink's fucking 15 or something,
Yeah.
like all of a
Yeah.
sudden it's like
Yeah.
you're doubling or tripling the amount.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's good
It's
to
a good
just
way to
know
do it,
what
yeah.
you're paying for the
Yeah, because
good.
a lot of times what happens is people like the ticket is already expensive, and then you're like, oh well, $15 for a beer, like
Yeah.
maybe not.
Yeah, comedy at a place where they're not selling booze is always like
Cheap.
a hard sell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheap drinks is the most important thing.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Or sometimes what
Like
happens
double
is
brown
we have
Yeah.
some rooms over here where you can put up a comedy show, but they don't have a bar. But they're like, you can bring your own drinks, and people will just bring their bottle of wine, and they're like having the best night of their life. They can just drink a cheap wine and enjoy free comedy.
A BYO comedy club could be a great.
Yeah, oh, that could
Great
actually
idea,
be a good
actually.
idea, yeah.
That could be,
BYO,
but
like-
there could be a problem as well, because there'll be some like ratchet like people.
Yeah.
And
No,
you
but
could-
it's like wine, like there'd be a corkage fee.
You
and
couldn't have it
stuff.
on K Road, but
No.
like you could do one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should.
Especially like New Zealand economy is so fucked, man. Like,
Yeah.
people need cheap.
Yeah,
options,
cheap
you know?
entertainment, yeah.
I think the only cheap bar I've been to is my uni bar, bro. Honestly, ever since I left uni, I have not had the feeling of, oh, this was
Oh, we
cheap.
were talking about this last time, but there was like guys trying to sell like like an Andrew Tate course.
Oh,
But it was like because they do like the highlight reels of them living the like glorious life.
yeah.
It was them drinking at like Providor.
Oh,
It's just like, buy my course and you can drink at the
It's
cheapest
a student.
bar.
It's like a cheap bar, basically, where students come. And he told me on the last episode, he's like, "Bro, people are selling trading courses at Providor." I'm like, dude,
insane.
it's
Yeah.
insane that you don't even go to Ponsonby to sell that course. Like, you're going to the most cheapest bar. And like,
slag.
you can live my
Yeah.
lifestyle. Like, bro, there's no lifestyle here. There's no
Yeah.
lifestyle. Imagine. Holy shit, dude. I think.
Yeah, I know, because a way that the guy was actually quite successful with it though, like the Hamilton guy, was before he had the club.
yeah.
He'd do it in different like towns around
Oh yeah,
Waikato.
small towns like.
So he was doing like a show in Cambridge, then
Yeah.
would move it to Hamilton,
That's
then like Tiamat.
Like all these, he would have these monthly gigs over there, and they were like sell out. Like sometimes there was this one Cambridge gig, it was in a movie theater, so he did one room sold out. There was second room sold out, so I did like 2 gigs in the one night. So it was like a comedy club feeling, like I did one room, then another
Yeah,
room. So
Well, just getting like a full room.
full room was amazing. Like just
Yeah.
outside of the classic is pretty impressive.
It's like the comedy club
Yeah.
business model is such a hard one to do well.
Yeah,
But like they are the best
yeah,
things
best
for,
place to do it.
because
Yeah,
like something like the classic is so
Yeah.
imperative to the New Zealand.
yeah, no, if the
industry.
classic went under, we'd be fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, someone had
It almost
probably
did after
started a worse
COVID.
one,
Yeah,
you know.
start a worse one.
But
And
yeah.
just get worse and
I
worse.
mean, it almost did after COVID, honestly. But that was because didn't he made a post? Yeah, there was a post like if you guys want to
yeah, I think
donate.
everyone was given money.
Oh, true.
Because he almost
COVID was rough.
Yeah.
but thankfully it didn't go down. But yeah,
Luckily, yeah,
Right.
we have things like the Comedy Fest
Yeah.
that bring in heaps of...
Comedy Republic in Melbourne
Yeah.
started in 2020.
Oh,
It's
really?
crazy. Yeah,
Oh.
they fucking got this expensive ass fit
Yeah.
out of the venue, like fancy. It's a beautiful club.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, they were like ready to launch it in
Yeah.
2020, and COVID happened, and they were just like, oh, like.
fucking.
But I don't know how they survived. To be
Comedy
honest.
Republic holding Zoom shows.
I think they
Did you ever do a Zoom show?
No.
Yeah, how do you
I have
find-
self-respect. Like, I draw the line there. I was just like, when COVID happened, I was like, I'm taking a few months off. I'm not fucking doing
Yeah,
that,
no,
bro.
true,
Like, that's
fair
crazy.
I did too, because I kind of hated myself more when COVID was there. And dude, the worst is this one time. some random homeless guy, he found the link to the Zoom and he fucking joined in and he just started talking about how he loves drugs. And I'm like, okay.
Well, people, I feel like that's just...
Oh, it was bad, dude. Like, you do the punchline and the clap would come like 30 seconds later. You're like, bro, I'm on the
it's
next
like delay.
I'm like, dude, I'm on the next joke. What the fuck is going on?
Bro, I joined like one. It was more of like a workshop session.
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, yeah, because...
But then there was some random chick from like Russia in the group. And so everyone, it just turned into us asking her how it's going because Ukraine just popped off at the time. It's like, and she's like, oh, I'm risking my life to be on this call. And we're like, why are you risking your life?
Just so keen to be a part of the open mic scene.
She writes a book later in her life like, oh, how did you escape that fucking trauma? I joined open mic comedy. Like that chick, you know, who escaped North Korea? Like, she now does like these live shows and everything. It's just going to be the same.
What is she doing at live shows?
Oh, she somehow came to US, right? Now she basically shares her stories with the people and everything. She's making a huge bank, bro. She wrote
she was doing comedy or
no.
like
she was on a
North Korean comedy.
She was on Joe Rogan and she did Flagrant as well. She basically tells her story, which sounds fake because she says that she swam in the ocean for 14 days straight. I'm like, what? Really? And somehow she ended up in US and now she basically does that same thing, you know, like like sells out. She sells out arenas, dude. I'm not making this shit up. She sells out
America,
arenas.
you could sell anything out. Like
they got a great bro. My brother was telling me this the other day. There's like there's something like 10 million millionaires. 20 million millionaires in the US apparently. Like that's how like the level of money that like if you're there's obviously like everyone else is like bankrupt, but like it's like there's so many rich people in that country that like shit like Super Bowl tickets are like $2,000 or something. Yeah, no, it's like insane. Like can't even fathom that.
That's why no one enjoyed Kendrick's performance. I guess because rich people were like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" $2,000 is insane.
But yeah, shit's just on a different scale.
Oh, dude, I watch wrestling, okay? I'm still a fan of WWE. Like, the front row tickets are fucking $5,000. I'm like, how the fuck people afford this shit? No, I just don't get it. Like, $5,000 to watch wrestling?
To go to Eden Park to watch the Blues, it's like $20 here.
And no one goes.
No one goes.
It's like, that's way nah.
It's
you buy a Heineken there and it's like fucking $15 for a can a something. It's like, get out of it, mate.
Maybe Texas is like Austin, Texas, and everything.
And they cut you off after 4.
Because even regular comedy shows, like I think it's like $30 starting, and people still buy it.